Hi Divine Rebels, Bohemia with Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart Readings here, and today we are doing a really fun reading which I just came up with and it is a potluck reading or an everything stew reading. So I like to cook for people that I love. Actually, one of the symbols that I know when someone is up to no good around me is when I can't cook for them. Like, no matter what I do, it'll keep coming out bad, and that's not Heey. Okay, that's not Heey pie over here. And then it's always revealed, right? So on the plus side, I love to cook and nurture people through things that I bake. And one thing that I always do is I would make these everything soups and stews where I would use a lot of things from the kitchen, whatever we had, all different kinds of vegetables, and then there were particular seasonings and different things that I would add in that would give, you know, that Heey pie, everything soup taste to it, and that would be what people craved, okay? But it's utilizing what you have. So this is one example of, see all these cards? What happens when you do a lot of pick of cards? Shout out if you're a tarot reader on here that does a lot of pick of cards. You end up having all these mixed cards from all these different decks. I actually just cleaned out my workroom and I have so many decks and I've done so many pick of cards, and I will have some backlog because if I get a download, I could have 7 different major huge pick of cards that I'll pull and set aside. And sometimes I'm given a no, actually don't release that after all if the people ain't ready. Sometimes it's an exploratory thing for me to get to a certain headspace or, you know, certain quality, and sometimes it is I don't know, I just don't get around to it. I don't have the time in the human realm that I do in the spiritual realm. And so those could be a lot of the different concerns that will happen and why I end up not doing the reading. So what I'm going to do is pull cards for you from some of these. Some of these have been returns after the reading. Some of these have been ones that never came about, or that were just, you know, card pulls for different reasons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull from our potluck everything soup pile to do your reading. So we could have, who knows, all different types of cards in here. Okay, I also pulled these out the bag. So these are our options to pick. I'm just having so much fun with this reading. We have 3 necklace amulet type options and 3 seashell options, and so we're going to go ahead and get started. Number 1 is this pink shell scallop. It is medium size, and one of the little edges on the right hand side, depending on how you're looking at it, on one of the sides is chipped. Okay, there's some salt water little markings on the inside. Number 2 is a very simplistic necklace. I think I got this at like Hot Topic or something, or online, I can't remember, somewhere, but it has moon child in those alphabet bead letters, and in the middle of moon and child there is a silver-esque bead with a crescent moon, and it's on a simple black cord that's a little bit worn and torn through travel. Okay. Yes, option number 3 is a big set of mala beads. They're pretty long. They have a copper, ironized copper mermaid charm on the bottom of it, and little seafoam tassels, and they have tiger's eye, African turquoise, and lava stone on them. Okay, I'm sorry the lighting's not the absolute 100 best, y'all, but hopefully I'll probably lighten it with a filter. Number 4, we have just a tiger's eye mala, and it has a tawny colored, taupey colored tassel on it, and just a little clear little prism kind of bead at the end. All right, number 5 is our little tulip shell that's been in many reads. It is white with pink stripes vertically and some darker brown thin little lines horizontally on it, and it sometimes makes little rattles because there's little seashells in there. And for number 6, we have I forget what this stone's called, but it is one of the spirally kind of stone shells that kind of towers up into a point, and it has tan and white on it. So descriptions for those who don't have visuals, those are the options. Again, with my trident here, 1 2 3 4 5 6, those are the options, and we're gonna do a little pick a mix. Pick a mix everything soup potluck reading. I'm so excited. I'll see you on your timestamps. Who knows what you're gonna get, okay? Okay, let me keep these in order so we remember the way we went. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let me keep these in order so we remember the way we went. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let me keep these in order so we remember the way we went. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let me keep these in order so we remember the way we went. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let me keep these in order so we remember the way we went. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let me keep these in order so we remember the way we went. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let me keep these in order so we remember the way we went. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let me keep these in order so we remember the way we went. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let me keep these in order so we remember the way we went. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let me keep these in order so we remember the way we went. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let me keep these in order so we remember the way we went. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let me keep these in order so we remember the way we went. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let me keep these in order so we remember the way we went. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let me keep these in order so we remember the way we went. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let me keep these in Oh, one of the shells came out from in here. Okay, we'll have to remember that for number 5. All right, for those of you that chose option number 1, let's see. We have our everything soup here. What are the messages that option number 1 needs to hear? Okay, and we'll do one last little pull. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is so exciting. I feel like, did you guys ever read that book Stone Soup in school? And we did that, and everyone had to bring in a vegetable to contribute to our classroom stone soup. And I was made to take an onion, a huge softball sized onion, to school in my backpack. And I bawled and cried the whole way because the onion was so strong. And then when I got it there, all the kids like ridiculed me for bringing an onion, and no one wanted it. And so the teacher didn't use it, and I was so upset. And the teacher had to call home and be like, you sent your kid with an onion. Like, we're not going to use this in the soup. And I was like, I don't want to take it back home. And I had to carry it back out, but I got picked up. So I don't think I had to walk home with it that time. I just had to wait. Okay, so back to the reading. For those of you that chose option 1, we have Indigo, improve your vision. We have 2 of Wands. So I'll tell you the different decks, since I don't know if I'll be able to link all these down below. This is from the Secret Language of Color. This is from the Orisha Tarot. We have 9 of Fire, which is 9 of Wands reversed, from the Gaian Tarot. This is the first edition. There's a new edition out now though. And also an herb tarot that I want to get from the same creators. There's the Moon reverse from the Jeparisi Tarot. I think that's now out of print. They might have run a reprint now, but that's the first edition. We have A Stranger's Grace. This is the doorway that you guys got. Ego fears the sudden danger, but never underestimate the kindness of a loving stranger. We just got that in one of the reads. We have Seer of Swords, the Page of Swords from the first edition of the World Spirit Tarot. We have the King of Swords from, hi my baby, from Line Strider Tarot. This is so fun. We have the 10 of Wands reversed from the Ghetto Tarot. This is also first edition. I'm not sure if the, I'm telling you the editions because I don't know if the other ones are the same. And this is an out of print first edition deck too. The Artisan of Cups, which is kind of like the Knight of Cups from the Tarot of Delphi. All right, yes, I love this. I love this. I still have the street art reading coming. For those of you who are like, where's it at? Oh, it's coming, boo-boo. Okay. Okay, so what we got for you, number 1's your pick a mix, your soup, okay, your potluck reading. This is talking, the first thing I'm seeing is the need to rest. Some of you have physical ailments. You could be having migraines or problems with your back or like spine alignment because of just emotional stress. We do have the indigo here, so you guys might be indigo rainbow crystal children. It's talking about improving your vision. You might even have pressure on the back of your eyes. I'm seeing eyes here. Some of you might have had to go get glasses. And so there will be some physical reasons, but there's also spiritual reasons for things that are going on with your body. So it's a good time to pay attention to, with the King of Swords here, to have the spiritual wisdom as well as the logical wisdom to go ahead and research the physical meanings of what's going on in the body. What is that book called? There is a book that talks about that. I think it's Carolyn Miss that wrote it. But it's like medical intuition is what it's called. So it's important to look at that right now, as well as listening to, you know, the health practitioners and professionals and stuff. But basically, sometimes when there's things going on in our body, or every time, it can also relate to something going on in the physical world. For instance, for those of you who are having neck tension, it can show that there's a lack of forgiveness to either yourself or to others, right? There could be a holding a grudge or a holding of resentment. So if your neck's locking up, shoulders can show carrying too many burdens, right? It's quite literal. That's why we have those phrases, right? There's always a reason for old school phrases, superstitions, and things like that. So right now, there's really the need to become more in alignment. You might feel out of balance emotionally, or in the physical, the spinal body, or in your chakras, because of spiritual downloads that you're getting, and your mind is just being blown and open. We just have more like information coming to you. So in some ways, it's going to be very liberating, and other ways, it's going to make you feel a bit resentful to the surroundings, right? You're like, wake up everybody, like what's going on around here? Okay, what's that song where hey 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 hey, you know, that for the 90s, what's going on? We can't sing it, they're demonetized, but y'all know. Yeah, so part of you is going to want to be very clear cut. You want to shoot, shoot to kill from the third eye kind of energy. You have a little bit of temper here. And so the advice is, both are right. Sometimes it's going to be right to be fiery, to be hard-headed, and to be stubborn, and sometimes the answer is going to be sweeter than sugar, sweeter than honey, okay? And you're going to learn the balance of both, and until you do and incorporate that with your new knowledge, you might feel off kilter and out of balance, okay? So what does that mean? Well, there's a time that we can, our friend or ally is anger, that is teaching us fierceness and protection and standing up for somebody. That's a good time to be angry, right? There's times where it is choking us up, it's being a poison internally, and we're wanting to send the third eye, to send the evil eye to somebody, right? And it's not really serving a purpose. It's just resentments or jealousies or coming from a lack of stability. A lot of you are feeling very unstable right now. You could be feeling unstable in home or relationship, and that's trickling to other parts of your life, okay? So that's the kind of balance that you're going to be seeking. Is this coming from, am I having an intuition and an enlightenment moment, or am I having a moment where my fears are taking over and trying to use my new superpowers, okay, my new spiritual powers, the power of my mind, to assassinate a target that doesn't need to be taken out? I'm seeing literally like a robot who has like a laser beam, and they're tracking, and they're like, doo, 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 but it's the wrong target. And it's like, no, don't shoot, don't shoot. Okay, so you guys might be going through some of that as well. Also with this card, it reminds us to consider what we're fighting over. So instead of working together to get this water source, or putting work to the anvil, right, in a way that actually is helpful, these rams are just butting heads over and over and over again with each other. And so it's kind of like, consider who you fight. It's, they have the thing, you can never win a argument with a fool kind of vibe. Different things like that. Work smarter, not harder. Or actually put your work to use, because if you are fighting obstacles that have no intention on moving whatsoever, when really you could just build a way to go around them, you might be wasting your time. And especially if you're going through health concerns and things, the least mental and emotional and spiritual blockages you can have for yourself, the better, okay? This is saying you're going to get above the point of having a lot of so much care towards haters or to disapproving family, things of that nature, okay? So for some of you, that's been very hard. It's been very, very difficult to see how to assert yourself. You feel like you either have to get very intense about it and very dramatic about it, or that you feel like you can't say anything at all and get a little bit trodden over. And so this is gonna, I don't know, the more that you just embrace kind of the spiritual awareness coming in, improving your vision, it's going to help. And definitely please get your eyes checked if you've been having some concerns with that. There's no shame if you need to adjust your glasses. See, sometimes people don't have a problem going and getting glasses, some people do, but sometimes it's the adjusting glasses. I've noticed from the eyeglass wearers around me, where they will sit there and be having headaches and feel dizzy, and either they'll forget, like, oh yeah, it could be my glasses, or they just don't go and replace their glasses, and they don't order new contacts or something. So please find a way. And that's something that's important. Even on this one, they have red eyes, and I'm just seeing a lot with the eyes, okay? All right, so that's what I'm seeing for your little potluck message. I hope you like this style of reading. It's so fun for me. Please let me know down below. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Yes. All right, and this is going to go back into the potluck pile once we're done with this. Okay, for those of you that chose number 2 with the Moonchild necklace that's seen a little bit of better days, we're going to change the cord and keep the beads, okay? Moonchild, here is our big pot of stew. We're going to go through here and get some cards for you. For those of them that chose number 2 for our potluck soup messages, let's see what you get. Yes, we're gonna do it one more again. See what wants to come out. Okay, so that's what came out. It's interesting because completely different cards from certain decks. Oh, this one's on top too and wants to come out. Okay, Sa. You might have the name Sa. Some people do. which is a cool name. You okay, baby? Hi. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords reversed. I love the Ace of Swords in this deck with all the green and vibrancy. We have the Four of Cups. My baby. We have the Queen of Pentacles reversed, the Throne of Sanctuary reversed. We have, okay, I'm going to redo these a little bit. Sorry, I'm going to put some of the bigger ones in the middle and layer on the smaller ones. So let's pull out some of the bigger ones first. We have the Orange-Bellied Parrot. Love it. This is just so exciting. So I haven't used all these card combinations before. You have magenta. Look at all this color. Yes. Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles, Saturn and Taurus, Vision. We have orange. I was wondering, I was feeling so much orange with this pile. Yes, orange, nurture yourself. We have the Magician, Earth, Virgo, Mercury. Happy birthday, Virgos. It's Virgo season at the time of recording this. Okay, there we go. Now we also have Opert. And then we had Polsa, the Ace of Swords, and the Three of Cups. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Okay, so here we go. It's so colorful, you guys. It's just making me feel like giggly in my belly, the colors in this. We have a lot of magenta, orange, yellow. Okay, so I love it. There's little pops of purple. We have Three of Cups, nurture yourself. Magenta, connect to your deepest inner knowing. The Orange-Bellied Parrot is so great because usually when people get that card, they want to dance. They want to dance and laugh and socialize and have a good time. I actually see a lot of people start belly dancing after they get that card. They'll develop, you know, go into some type of like hot yoga or something of that nature. Radiance, expression, communication, and acceleration. Yes, I love it so much. So some of you have been in the Four of Cups and been a bit discouraged because you've had some falling out with friends or things have occurred, or you've just like, you know, you haven't gotten out of your social life what you have wanted before. Maybe you've had a pause from the social life. The Queen of Pentacles reversed with the Seven of Pentacles. You might have put a lot on hold because you had to. Practical concerns, taking care of an elderly family member, you know, somebody who makes you feel really young at heart. That's what I felt like is when, you know how sometimes we still have our childhood nicknames for like our grandparents or elders when we couldn't pronounce their name. That's what I felt like right there. Okay, you might have a shortened name for them, someone that's been near and dear to your heart. And you also could have had social justice concerns. Some of you could have even had like natural disasters in your area, or could have been wanting to, you know, help with Puerto Rico or different things. And so there's just been a lot going on, and so now it's wanting to connect in a good social way with friends again, and feel like you express yourself, that you find your own nurturing, that you reconnect to your art, to your music. Okay, that you find the heart of the situation, kind of the insides. Sometimes life can kind of feel like it erases all of our insides, right? It's just like beep beep, like check out on the aisle, and we feel like we're just a number, you know, just a name on a list or something. We just do what we're supposed to, and before we know it, we're like, whoa, where was all our inspiration? Like, where's all our insight? Some of you have literally felt kind of gutted by somebody or a situation in your life. It could have been through a friend, actually, for a lot of you, or through the passing of a loved one, or through a prolonged sickness or illness of you or someone that you love, even a pet or a family member, a friend, or your own. And so this is about rehealing after all of that. And so after this situation of having gone through so much and being open now to life again, that's what's happening. It's like this opening up to new things, to creating your own sacred space, to using your platform for something different. You might be bringing in more joy, uplifting things, more love-oriented situations. You might really want to collaborate with other people, and it's not like that having a little bit less seriousness as a negative thing at all. It's just placing joy and creativity and connectivity in equal balance as, you know, finances and logical thinking and serious, intense, tough things, right? Making sure to embrace all the good in life just as much as you do the hardships in life. Okay, if any of you have been kind of seemingly overindulging in the things of sacral chakra or overly focusing on them, it's time to bring in balance, kind of the practical application of health, proper attention to finances, and paying attention more to platonic relationships and not just those that have a sexy time guarantee. Okay, we see here that she's been beading. Beads are so sacred. They show the continuity, the connectedness of us all, and that's, you know, you pick the beaded option too with the necklace here. That's something that's very important, right? All of these letters are valuable and need to stand together to form this message. And so that could be the same as with people in your life. You might have had the idea that if a relationship, if they don't want to date me, then I don't want them in my life, and they're wrong, they're negative on their karmic path. They're the energy that you're going to put down the sword of cutting down people, or kind of holding a knife to them and making them be who you want them to be in your life. Okay, I guess I could do it like okay, Aries placements, Gemini placements, Mars, anybody's Mars getting out of whack, Scorpio placements, Virgo, a little stabby over there. Some of you have been feeling too stabby in your relationships, and it's time to allow things to unfurl, you know, allow things to, it's like I'm hearing like take a whirl with relationships, you know, maybe just put things on cruise control a little bit more, dance, sing, be happy, you know, get together, have a potluck, okay, those kind of things. Embrace your body, embrace your curves, and just work with what you have. You know, one of the smartest ways to work out, well, people are gonna, I guess I can't say the smartest way, everyone has different ways, but a very wise way to work out is to use this, like your body to strengthen itself, right? When you work with your body instead of against it in a lot of ways, and when you use your own weights and the own way that your body moves to already encourage it to build the strength, right? So you can see people get very successful in doing things like that, and that's kind of like what yoga does. You use your own body and the movements that you can put it through to strengthen itself, and that's kind of what you guys need right now, is to focus on your connectedness with yourself. I definitely think that this is a time where people are reflections of you, past, present, and future. Okay, so how you're seeing and relating to people, I'm seeing so many different mirrors. Like it could even be like, well, if I was like, say you identify as feminine, then the males around you would be who you are and your masculine side. That's what they are reflecting. The friends around you are reflecting how you do friendship on all their different facets. The elders around you, if you have them or not, how you treat them is how your energy is as an elder. This is something, you know, in some ways that can be true sometimes for all of us, not always. Sometimes we're drawn to polar opposites. Right now I'm seeing this as different facets of yourself. So but I'm not saying to cut everyone out. I'm saying for you to personally grow and to have strength within yourself at this time as you go through these. Because yeah, with this Three of Cups here, this Three of Cups shows that there is there's honor in being at different levels than everybody else at this time. There's honor in, sorry, I'm giving that, there's honor in having, you know, somebody who is initiated at a more beginner stage than we are, and being in the middle, and having someone who's more accomplished, or whatever phase that we are in the totem pole. Strike that, I don't want to use that phase. Whatever phase that we are in, that was a really colonized phase, and I hate that I just use that. Strike that. Okay, but examples like that, where you're growing, you're changing, that's why it happens. You're growing, you're changing, you're catching yourself, you're realizing the internal things that you want to remove, you're realizing the things that are close to your heart and soul. And the idea is to have more fun and more patience with yourself instead of staying on the faux pas of what you did. Trust that you're around others that will love you and allow you to keep pushing and growing and moving, and that you don't have to think that you're making the same mistake. Just because you feel like, well, I corrected myself 7 times today. Okay, but did you correct yourself in different ways? Or was your heart more and more set on becoming different and changing as you corrected yourself on the same thing 7 times? Did you feel yourself grow more and more towards change? Well, then you did a really good job. Okay, so those are the things that I'm seeing for you. Yeah, open up to your relationships around you, see yourself through them in beautiful ways, and embrace yourself through them and the faults, and just feel comfortable with growing with yourself. Okay, I feel like it's a good time to put your heart and your spirit back into things that you love, and to let your heart and spirit feel more at home in your body, and to let the logical mind and all of that noise just take a little bit of a rest. It'll still be accurate, it'll still be on point, it will still be able to process information and when you need to speak on it. But there's so much of you, your you-ness, that we need you to discover and express outwardly in the world right now, okay? So another one. Let me know if you like this. I think I'm gonna make it a thing. We'll see how everyone responds. And I might do like Potluck Wednesday, because I'll always have all of these stacks of cards, right? So we'll talk about your everything soup. What is your potluck message? All right, my phone started ghost typing and went on someone else's live video on YouTube, and they were doing ASL, which is cool. So FBI guys, listen to my conversations on my live and what we were talking about, but we need to finish this video. So some of you are really feeling Capricorn and Pluto right now, okay? It's really affecting your chart. We have Clover. I love the lucky clover with the new moon. That's from Lenormand. We have Samaritan on the light attribute. We have the Warrior on the shadow attribute. So many cards. Ooh, we got the moon phases. Oh my goodness, you got the new moon card with the moon phases. We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have Iris with communication. Maybe I'll have to put this over here. You guys got this sticker, which is in there: close the camps, free migrant children now. Actually, this. You got go on a real fucking date, smell good and get your sexy on. You got the Samaritan. So you have so many aspects of yourself that are called into place. We have the Sun card here, trying to hack the system and the matrix in that deck. Poly, activism, he for she, sacred defense. All right, activism coming up. Method Man, the Rockwilder, microphone check, a swing sword lecture. I can't talk right now. Closing down the sector, supreme neck protector. All right, you're supposed to come out here and protect others. That's the 7 of Spades. The Page of Pentacles, the home of ideas, and this is quite often the children's card for me. And then we also have the Ace of Hearts. I've been in the game for 10 years making up rap tunes ever since Honeys was wearing Sassoons. California Love by Dr. Dre. Okay, so I'm like, where do I put this card? We're gonna go like this. Put that Page of Pentacles and go like this. All right, thank you for the warrior hearts out here doing it, okay? Thank you for being out here in the community on that Pluto tip, going after, you know, these false governments, dictators, rulers who are harming the children and who are caring about survivors, people getting, you know, assaulted, people getting taken advantage of. Thank you so much for your care and for your heart. I'm thinking of future generations, thinking of how to build a better world. This is the advice to get active if you have not, okay? But so this warns, some people have not that picked this, and it says the warning of trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. Okay, are you still doing what is easier and cheaper and more convenient for you, knowing that what those things harm others, knowing that those you know, people, those stores, those companies are inflicting pain and horrors on other people, and thinking that it's something distant? You are here during the time of Pluto and Capricorn. You came into this incarnation for a specific reason. You are here for a reason. And you are asked to remember your phases, remember your timing that you planned. You're getting this communication from the spirit world. It's like, yes, you can have love, okay? You can have love too. But if that's all you're focusing on is having this love for yourself, and that's all you're filling your time with, and thinking that that's all that makes you a good person because you think about, you know, wanting to be in love all the time, it's saying there's more than that. There's more to you, and there's more expected of you, and you have the power to really focus that and go into it. Yes, so we do have the Samaritan. Refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. Wow, okay, it's calling out, y'all. It's calling out. And I don't need to hear your defense. Well, I do this, and that. Look, some of the most bigoted, racist people, and I'm saying you're racist or bigoted, I'm just saying some of the most bigoted racist people do a whole shitload of so-called charity work, okay? All right, and especially up in the new age spiritual community, there's a lot of, you know, just saving face that goes on. So if you are really, you know, you are on the good heart side of things and you are trying to help others, this is saying to do more. How active are you being? There's a bunch of hashtags you can look up on the web and follow, and numbers for senators and stuff in my description box. Hey, call our senators if you're outside the country, okay? Would you help in the time of Hitler, in the time of civil rights, during the times of slavery or whatever? Would you help? Would you be active? What you're doing then is what you're doing now. Okay, this is what it feels like to live in history. You got it's coming up in your reading. Okay, that's the cards we drew. So tough love on those who are, you know, snubbing their nose and being up their ass and hiding in their privilege, or just trying to protect their own security and use the systems in place to get what they can get because they think they have a shot, instead of rebuilding the system, making sure everybody has, because there's more than enough. This earth is made for all of us to thrive. So everyone remembering that and going with those new moons, not just, oh, I saw a new moon, a new cycle, a new change, Facebook meme said so, but actually going and doing the work of those energies. Those of you being so brave and rebuilding yourselves and rechanging yourselves as often as a spider rechanges their web, you know, just courageously working on yourself, tearing down everything that isn't love, tearing down all of the programming and the comfortable things, the comfortable systems, as you learn more and more spiritually, as you see that you don't want to be a part of anything that's hurting others. That's so beautiful, and you're gonna have more ideas. So if you're feeling like, well, damn, I just started using this service for my business and then I found out that they're, you know, harming children, right? Amazon, I don't have my Amazon links anymore. I need to go through all my videos and take them all the way off. But that's why, because they are getting caught up, not only shortchanging their workers, but being involved in ICE and stuff, and hashtag abolish ICE. So yes, there's things like that. So instead of focusing on that, the universe is going to bless you with ingenuity and have more blessings in your work if you actually care for the people. Now, this doesn't mean go, like, for instance, people will go and make a tarot deck that's supposedly social justice, and they are just using people's face basically because it's trending to be woke. No, that's what we're talking about, because this is Pluto showing up in Capricorn. This is like, no, we're not telling you be woke enough to capitalize off of it. We're talking about do the real deal, okay? Unplug the system, rebuild yourself, you know, have that grassroots energy, really care and build yourself as that person who's just a caring, loving person. Just dare to be that person, and the love that you've been wanting will come in. Some of you are looking for this soulmate, and your soulmate is a badass. Your soulmate's on some real shit. They're out there saving the world, okay? They're out there rebuilding the real world. They're not on escapism. They're not in spiritual bypassing and gaslighting and pretending that, oh, I'm woo-woo, so I don't have to do anything. They're not on that. They're not. They're out here. They might be out there right now protesting and saying free the children. They really could. So those of you who are looking, I see you guys having really amazing soulmates, and you're not going to find them by hiding or shrinking. You're going to find them out there making the new world. They're not sitting there, you know, trying to mess up the 5D already, and act like the people here don't matter. They're out there, you know, with a hope, with a wish, with good luck. That poem Ode by author Ashanahasi. I might be pronouncing the last name wrong because it's Irish, a little tricky, but he says, we are the music makers, we are the dreamers of dreams, right? And basically we are the ones who change the world forever. And so we need that. We do need the lovers, we need the dreamers, we need the creators, right? But remember, dreamers is what we called refugees and immigrants that were here with the blessing of the government before they reversed that and sent them off. And again, apply this to your country, because this stuff is going on all over the place, and what goes on with America affects everyone in the freaking world. Okay, so this is what's coming up in your reading, and for a lot of you, that's the key to love. A lot of you, your love that you're waiting on, your real one, all right, that Ace of Hearts, Ace of Cups, that over the rainbow, happy ending, beautiful, I'm so lucky to be alive, love, that person's out there, and they're a badass. They're a badass in the community, and they're safe for children. They protect those who have been violated. They, you know, have no problem whistleblowing on somebody who's out here harming people. They rebuild the communities over and over and over again. They're an amazing person. Okay, just I'm feeling an amazing energy. They could have a lot of earth in them. They could have a lot of Capricorn. I am seeing a lot of Capricorn in their chart. They could have Scorpio, a very strong Pluto. For some of you, this goes for the whole gender spectrum. All right, the whole LGBTQIA. So wherever you sit on there, love is love is love. This is somebody who is open-minded. This is someone who is spiritual too, but again, they are active with their spirituality. They're very good at communications. They could have Aquarian placements, definitely, definitely, or have strong Uranus in their chart. So, and there's Leo. There's Leo energy. Yep, Leo, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius. Could be some Gemini, and Pisces. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. There's even some Aries in here. Okay, there's even some Aries in here. And Aries, moon and Aries, they're badass on the front lines. Okay, I am seeing the letter B, and not just because it's my initial. I'm seeing the letter P, and I could be part of their name, or A. I'm also seeing their name could be Polly, or something that starts a short P name like that, or Iris or Isis or something like that. That is just for a few, but that's what's jumping out here. I'm also seeing Sunny, or something that is related to the moon. There are many beautiful moon names. Witchy Pup's middle name, Neoma, means new moon, actually. So they could have something like that, a play on any of these names. So that's what I'm seeing for you. Number 3, please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Ooh, that was a intense pot of stew. Intense bowl. I love it, and it all just flowed so well out of all these different decks. This is what they've been up to, having me do all these different piles. Okay, for those of you that chose number 4, yes, number 4, let's see, here is your pile of stew, and let's get your cards from your everything soup. For those that chose number 4 with the tiger's eye, they're reading for them. Those that chose number 4 with the tiger's eye, and just a few more here. Okay, so let's see what we got. I was naming all the cards, and then I forgot to name all the decks that came from on the other one. So we have the 8 of Swords, we have the 6th house, we have Chiron in the 6th house, and we have the 12th house. We have the Lovers, the 4 of Swords reversed, we have Addict, the Eternal Child in the shadow aspect, the 2nd house, we have the sign of Leo. So it could be Leo on the 6th house, there could be Chirons in Leo. We have the 3 of Cups. Okay. And let's see, we have the Whip. Okay, I was feeling this. Okay, some of you, we'll see how this applies. We have the 2nd house, and we have this woundedness here with Lovers, 3 of Cups, Addict, the Whip, and Strength. Some of you might have a sex addiction, or be overly focused on it right now instead of in a healthy way with the 6th house, or you're trying to find a healthy balance. Okay, there could be just a lot of indulgence. There could just be 24/7 looking for, you know, who you're going to get it on with. Look at this fish squirting water on them over here. Okay, and for some of you, you try to put it like, oh well, I'm looking for a soulmate, right? 12th house with the Lovers, I'm looking for a partner. But down here we have all of this sensuality, and I'm not shaming that. It's just saying that it's out of balance right now. It's really getting out of balance. With the 8 of Swords, you might even worry about it. You might start just being like, where am I getting this energy from? Is it connected to old woundedness? I'm seeing things from childhood. We have the Child Eternal reverse, inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. Okay, so yes, there we go. Addict helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior, and again we have this overwhelming energy of the waters, the sacral chakra. So some of you might have cheated on your partners in the past. You might be feeling like you have to go to more and more extremes to fulfill your sexual desires, or that you're never going to be able to have an orgasm. Now this doesn't mean, here's the thing, this doesn't mean you're out doing it. I feel like addictions are internal things. They're energies, right? They're how we're dealing with a certain energy, how we're utilizing it, how it's running its course on us. So you could be a virgin and feel this energy. It could just be where there's an obsession with it. There is the feeling that, you know, partly you feel guilty and maybe even worried or stressed or obsessive about how you're going to get your sexual fix, okay? How you're going to handle your sensual connections. It can cause disloyalty in relationships. It can cause partners that you know will kind of cheat or break up on you in some way because there's a scared of committedness, because there's the fear internally that maybe you want to have a lot of sexual partners. Again, there's no shame in that. It's just not healthy for you personally, how it's going right now. So it says health and duty area of your life. So there's a need to figure out, as it says, your healing power, empathy, and ability to teach or learn remedies. How to find a way to release this energy. This is the area of your life that is overwhelming. You yield to the greater cause or power. Okay, so some of you might personally and purposely, even if subconsciously, seek out people who are going to be dominant partners, people who are going to cause kind of issues sexually, because there's the need to kind of feel a bit of self-abuse within that realm. People who will repeat patterns of maybe things that happened when you were younger. Yeah, just partners that aren't necessarily very sexually healthy. There can even be the overly obsession of having to have sex a particular way, like having to always have it in a very BDSM fashion. Again, it's not shaming that, it's just saying for us what is too much, right? There's some people can have a glass of wine every day and they're not an addict. Some people can have one drink and it ruins their life because they're an addict. So for this reading, it's saying it's getting too much, it's not being handled in a good way. Okay, sounds in their sleep. Okay, so we have the Lover's card with the 3 cups. Now, some of you might find that instead of hiding all of this energy, you talk to your partners about it, you find healthy partners and become a healthy partner yourself, and instead become able to discuss the fact that you want to have multiple partners, that you want to swing or be polyamorous, the fact that maybe you're along the gender spectrum or the LGBTQIA spectrum in some way, and you want to explore other things, or maybe just confessing, oh, I actually do want to try things rougher, or I do need to try things in a more emotional, loving capacity. Okay, if you're getting this particular reading, then you're ready for it. We're not dictating everything in the world of sex. We're saying what is healthy for you currently with having picked this reading. Okay, some of you might still really be putting too much focus on finances and self-worth in your sexual life in a way that's not healthy, and playing games back and forth with that. And I do see some of you still having very deep wounds from being preyed on as a child, okay, and working through healing that. With the 4 of Swords reverse, it's saying it's time to be more active with healing this. You know, some of you might be wanting to write about it or communicate about it, talk about it in some way, but be afraid of how to do it without having some harm come to you. Okay, I do see you having those guiding you from the other side. You are being watched, people who want to come through and heal and heal with you, teach you how to heal and where to go. There is the big energy of like yoga and dance. Some of you might have also chosen the group that had like dancing and stuff, and to find a way to feel more supported. For some of you, I do feel like being in a safe community where there's a lot of sexual expression is really going to help and be healing. For some of you, going into a same-sex relationship would be very healing at this moment as well. But the energy is that trying to hide that sexual energy or waiting for somebody else to be responsible for it is just going to make it worse. It's kind of turning something bitter in a way. It's causing you frustration and just making it kind of eat up at you and become like an obsession. And there's the need to go and heal the wound under it, and the fears and the guilt, and that, you know, just like feeling guilty or dirty or wrong about something that's very natural, with the 6th house reminding us it's part of our adult health. Kind of working out the balance of that without having to overly identify with a sexual experience, but not having to detach from it and pretend that it's nothing, and to just go and experiment for no reason. Okay, so there's a lot of different things in that, and I'm gonna let you guys see where that lands, because those are a lot of very deep things for everybody, you know, that will be different. If you would like to get a personal reading in safe space going more in depth into this, feel free to email me, oceanheartconjure@gmail.com. And if you would like to ask more intimate questions, we have our incognito reads. I've been studying so much tonight, guys. I have been recording a lot of videos and was live, but we have our incognito reads that we usually do on Fridays and sometimes other days, that are private links of small groups, and we can ask our readings there and you can get a live read. Okay, so stay tuned. Look at the community tab on the channel if you want more information on that, and I post there. So please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let me know how you like this. Were you expecting this bowl of soup? Okay, we just had some Whoppers, the last two. It's very interesting because I feel like instead of doing whole readings on these themes, Spirit was like, no, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make everybody come to a general video because people are gonna try to avoid the topics we want to talk about, and then we're gonna have you do it potluck style. People gonna get what they need. That's what I'm starting to see that we're doing here. Okay, for those of you that chose number 5 with the tulip shell, now this part of it actually fell out, so you guys are going to be opening up and releasing things, maybe even ejecting things from your life that didn't suit you anymore. This is our pot of stew, our everything soup. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and draw cards for you guys and see what comes up. Oh, a lot of cards from that one. All right, for those who choose number 5. Okay. All right, I think that's it. So let's see, what cards did you get? Oops. Okay, we have white, lighten up, with a feather. Some of you have been finding white feathers. You think you got it all figured out. You don't. Cheeky, very cheeky. On the Way by Black and Khalid, and I think it has Ty Dolla $ign on it. Soldier of Love by Sade. We have Compassion. It was reversed, so we'll take note of that. We have Death Rights. We have the Shadow Attributes of the Networker. Detective. Ooh. Who you getting the tea on, boo-boo? We have Rebel reverse. Oh no, our Divine Rebel out of energy here. We have the 5 of Pentacles reversed. We have the Hierophant reversed. We have the Sea Sponge reversed. I'm gonna move these. And we have the Free Spirit reverse. What is going on over here? Too much rebeling. Rebelled so hard. Tarot gotta call you out. All right, that cray. All right, let's see. Okay, so what I'm seeing for y'all. Okay, there a lot of being a rebel without a cause. Okay, period. You guys might be taking being the nonconformist to extreme heights. There can be a lot of Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio in this group. All right, a little bit of Pisces and Cancer as well. And the self-protection levels is just kind of wilding out at this time. You know, the truth is that you've been through a lot in love. You want to connect with people. You want to, as soon as this person that you're thinking about, or as soon as these friends and these groups that you're trying to connect to open up to you, you want to dive in right away. You want to come right away and just be a part and join in with others. You're about to road trip over there. You know, you just want to connect with people so bad. But there is like a terror you have of everything from being spied on by the government, a la Snowden, to being betrayed by others, to being a joke in front of the public. It's like you're just afraid that if you connect with others, your life is going to be that eternal dream of being on the stage in your underwear or butt naked. Okay, and you just don't feel like you have people that come and comfort you. And that's the thing, you just want to be comforted so bad. You just want somebody to nurture you and to be there for you. And like, I think it's exhausting to always have to be the outcast, or feel like you have to rebel or be the dramatic one. And it's so much work. You put in so much work. It says great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. But then we also have here, conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. And then over here with the Rebel, it's kind of light. Let me see, I can't read it. It says rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. All right, so here on Divine Rebels, this ain't just an aesthetic, okay? We're really about that work. And so this is saying there could be that energy of joining in the ruckus scene, right? Trying to get into a rumble just for the sake of it. And that's never safe. You know, when you're really out and you're doing this true work and you're standing up against governmental forces, or you're, you know, standing up for a cause, being the hothead that nobody can trust and rely on is not safe for the people around you. It's not loving. It doesn't forward the cause. It can be very dangerous. And so some of you you kind of have that energy, some of you, of like that hothead energy, like you're ready to spark off. Some of you, you know, you might have some Libra, Virgo, Cancer in your chart, and you come off completely different and people wouldn't expect. But inside, part of you is always ready to get rough and tumble, ready to scrape your knees on asphalt, ready to, you know, get out the brass knuckles kind of vibe and just really go at it, almost looking for a fight, looking for a reason, right? Chips on the shoulder. And it's like this is about to kill you, this energy. It's time to put the rebel to work in a good way. It's time to find good causes. It's time to learn how to have connections to people, to learn to let yourself be seen, and without being dramatic and acting like it's going to kill you, and to allow others to be who they are and to find their own path. This is lighten up. And you've probably heard that and you're like, rah, 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 rah. I know you probably have every excuse and every reason. Look, don't hack me. I'll hack you back. I'll research it and hack you back. I have Scorpio too, and I bet you the way my Scorpio set up, I bet you I trump you. Okay? What's going on? Okay, so there is the need to listen to more truth, all right, the actual truth, and not just objectify just to freaking objectify. And you know, there could be Sagittarians in this group too, that I'm not gonna have an answer because any answer could be no answer, and just it's just like, oh my gosh, be real, come down to earth, be real. You don't have to submit to, you know, a particular religion or system, but to just always break every bond just because it's a bond gets to the point that it's unhinged. So this is saying, are you really free, or are you just in a way following a group, Aquarian energy, by trying to be so free and so woke, right? Is that even you? Are you even connected to yourself? Are you even fitting in? Because if you're not connected to yourself and who you are, then you're not going to be put to the best use, right? We all have different energy fields. We're not all meant to be Aquarius. We're not all meant to be, you know, any particular type of way. And not only are we meant to be our own energy, we're meant to be it in a healing way, a way that feels good. And this just feels like there's so much fear and pain and defensiveness and anxiety. I have Aquarius and I have Scorpio in my chart, so I relate. I have Taurus too. I know Taurus has Scorpio descendant, and there's Taurans that can be very, very, especially if some of you have been veterans or just been on different sides of that. Some of you have been on the side of being victimized by the government or through war, and some of you have been on the side where you have been the, you know, the soldier or the government employee and things. So either way, it's like there's been a lot of shocking revelations for a lot of people, and it's just hard to be woke and to see everything you guys could be spinning out from conspiracies. It's like you have to find a line of attachment in the middle of this detachment, okay? Empathy, simpatico, kindness, saying goodbye, formal occasion, and honoring lives. Part of it, some of you have a deep fear of death. There could be very much reason. You might have experienced it very young, and it's easier to stay apart from everybody and, you know, work on things on that level and pretend that this world doesn't matter, or, you know, just stay in a place of constant conspiracy than to be real and to connect and to let someone love on you and to love on someone else and to be yeah, it's almost like some of you feel like if you feel, you're going to be so overwhelmed that you're not going to be able to handle it. You're just not going to be able to handle it. And some of you, it's the other way. You feel and feel and feel because you're trying to get yourself drained out. You want it to stop, and you're trying to go to the extreme of feeling. So the advice is to go into a balance, and that's going to be by finding healthy people and allowing yourself to do the work of being connected to them and to be honest and real. Let them see you, let you connect without just using them up, okay? Without going into a vampiric state. These are Oracle of Les Vampires. without, so some of you might do that because there can be this kind of reckless user energy. You know, well, I don't care about humans anyways. I'm a starseed, I'm really an alien, I'm just going to use these people and get what I can get because everyone's going to screw me over. Some of you on the extreme side are in that vibe. So this is saying dial it back, okay? You're incarnated in a human body. You human enough for now, boo-boo. All right, let's connect with people and be real. Let's be honest. When you are, you know, feeling insanguated, is that the right way to say that word? When you're feeling empty, when you need to be rejuvenated, be honest. And when you know that it's your turn to be compassionate, don't just disappear and detach and, you know, cause people to follow your rules and your way of being and network the way you want and da 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 da. Be real. Talk about real shit. Be a real actual person, okay? Lighten up. All right, so on the way, show up. If you want to connect with someone, if you want to message them, just do it. All right, if you want to drive over to someone's house, if you want to hang out, just do it. People do it, believe it or not. They do. And I know that you've been through a lot with Soldier of Love, right? I've lost the use of my heart, but I'm still alive, is what she says in that song. Still waiting for love after the endless pool on the other side. She says it's the wild, wild west, but I'm doing my best to stay alive. Okay, so those are songs that you might relate to. So it says you think you got everyone figured out. You've done all the research. You know, again, a lot of scorpionic, plutonic, 8th house people in this group. But it says you think you got it figured out. And this is the thing that might haunt you, but is also your saving grace. You don't. People will surprise you. Human beings will surprise you. As someone, like I said, who has like every intense psychic marker in their chart and who's an astrologer and studied body language and psychology and all these different things, people can still surprise you. People are strange, right? You can never tell with human behavior. So that's an encouraging thing. It's not meant to be a Twilight Zone cliffhanger for y'all. All right. So please let yourself be revealed. Remember, this little part came out. People are going to reveal themselves. You're going to have more room for love and connectivity. Okay. All right. Number 5. Love to you. All right. Peace to you. Here we go. Here we go. I hope you liked it. Let me know if you will dare to leave a comment. I know you don't want to leave a trace, some of you, but if you'll dare to leave a comment or at least a like, I would really appreciate that, especially coming from you. Okay, for those of you that chose number 6, here is our potluck soup. Okay, our potluck everything soup. Let's see. Let's fill your bowl. What is for number 6? Cards for number 6, general reading. All right, general reading for number 6. General reading for those who chose number 6. Okay. So fun. We have artists. Okay, artists. Yes, we need you in the world. We have the shadow attribute of the shapeshifter. Okay, we need to get that positive because artists and the shapeshifter could be cool. We have the 10 of Pentacles reversed. We have Virgo energy. It did come up reversed. Happy birthday, Virgos. When I'm recording this, we have 6 of Wands. We have, oh, there was 2 sliver cards. You guys might have chosen number 1 too. This is a prototype Nirvana deck, and so I had 2 of them. Sliver reverse. 3 of Pentacles. Everyone has a gift for something, even if it is the gift of being a good friend. This is from Marian Anderson, who was an opera singer. That's beautiful. Palmistry. This is the doorway that you guys got. This is palmistry. Fortune and tarot, collective destiny. The palm lines from birth tell your sacred palmistry. Listen to the notes of intuition. Oh, this reading is really, really for you. Some of you were like, I don't know about this. Well, there you are. Yes, Cab Calloway, a band leader, says, am I a legend? You can't be in show business for 60 years and not be a legend. I love it. I love it. We got some artists in the house. The 5th house. We got some artists in the house. Trickster. See, the shapeshifter reverse. That's the vibe I got, was the trickster. Oh no. Sleight of hand, illusionist. Don't be taking people's work. We got Temperance, which is also a card of the artist. Okay, and we got the fairy cards. We have some of you with Geminian placements, Mercurial placements. I swear, if y'all steal my ideas, I'm gonna get you. All right, Mercury, Gemini, and Libra placements, as well as the Leo are in the house. Chasiolite connects with, it's also called Fairy Crossstone. It connects with the Fae, and in this deck also past loved ones and the root chakra. Okay, so what are we getting into? All right, put that over a little bit. I love it. I see doors opening when it comes to creative endeavors. But here's the thing, your spirit crew, your loved ones passed away, are saying that until you come in a good way and be more authentic, they're not going to open you all the way up to your potential. They're going to keep slowing down your workload and your creativity, even things with your children or bearing children. Okay, so yes, the pathway, the roadway being blocked until these areas are figured out and you are using your own ingenuity, your own creative ability to get yourself forward. Now you might be feeling like, well, I stole the ideas. Maybe you're some of the people in my industry that comes to my channels to take my ideas. Okay, and you're like, I have the 3 of diamonds on over here, I'm the Queen of England sitting on these, and I'm doing just fine. But this is saying, one, this is the reminder of being a good friend, okay, and the truth of being legendary. They're saying, your own spirit crew coming through saying that this is not going to sustain you. You have to find your own fountain of creativity. We have 10 of Earth reverse, which is showing the longevity is not yet there, and with the ancestor energy here, the ancestors' disapproval, and that falling, that comeback, that success falling on its ass if you're not having real honesty and integrity. And you know, maybe this is so ingrained that it is a subconscious practice. So you guys could have very prominent Mercury, Gemini, or Libra placements. There could be some Sagittarius as well, and we do have Leo. All signs that at different points can kind of create themselves off of others, and it can be kind of easy to track it from the outside and see, oh, you just stole this whole thing from so and so. But sometimes being within those signs, they don't always see it. So you could have Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars rising midheaven in these signs. You could also have, you know, for instance, your planets in the 3rd house, the 6th house, the 9th house, the 7th house. Houses strongly, it's probably going to be 3rd or 6th, but you could have them in the 5th house as well. So these are things to pay attention to. Some of you might also have some tricky Neptune stuff going on where you don't always, especially if you're not someone who is used to Neptunian energy in the rest of your chart, you could have Jupiter or Neptune in a way where it feels okay to just get what you're gonna get. All right, so that's coming up, and it's relevant to some degree to everyone who picked this option. To how much of a degree, you'll have to sit with your spirit crew, be really honest with yourself, because you can trick even yourself into believing your illusions and your entitlement to what you want. This can also play out in romantic lives too. And in your career, in your day-to-day work. And so they're saying, no, we want you to earn stuff on merit. We want you to earn it on you deserving it, because you put the work in that is in that similar field, okay? Not because you take it from others, or there's jealousy or pettiness, or you think, oh, I can copycat that, I can recreate that, and you haven't even done the spiritual work or the different work underneath it. So it's not about, can you, like, they don't want you to be a mimic, they want you to be a talent, okay? That's the vibe here. So we have transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. So others are catching on to this. Expressing, but I read that as suppressing is what I was thinking. A dimension of life that is just beyond the 5 senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. All right, so doing that in a good way, doing that in an authentic way for yourself, because the shadow attributes over here from the shapeshifter says projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. Okay, and we have the sliver there. There's definitely you know, this energy that you might send out to others, even as whether it's like your followers or the people, your employers, your co-workers, the people that you date, or even the people that you kind of take the personality aspects and ideas from. That is, you know, very discomforting and putting out a bad vibe to everybody, so that it is running as an undercurrent throughout your energy, and that's why it's coming up in the reading. Okay, so it's saying, think of being a better friend, kind of a better neighbor, okay? Think of Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers kind of energy. And if that would be necessary to, in order to get ahead or to be seen as talented or creative, to be going around ripping everybody off kind of energy. I best not find out they did. Bob Ross was a Pisces, so probably not. He just naturally painted everything. Happy little trees. With Temperance here. So Temperance says there's a difference in using different elements that come from yourself and others and creating something that's truly new, and like plagiarizing stuff, just taking somebody else's energy, right? Just going into somebody's field and plowing, taking what you want. There's a big difference, a big difference. And so to become legendary and to become the best at your gifts, you're going to have, you know, you might feel like, well, other people are already off doing this love thing and I'm still here been like a little kid drawing these little sketches. Keep going, okay? Do you ever look at Instagram and you'll see artists who were like 2 years ago, no one would help me, no one would reply, but I kept trying, and I stayed in my own style, and now they're popping, okay? Celebrities want their pictures. 2 years, you know, short amount of time, and yet they didn't have a style. But they decided, I'm going to stick with myself. I'm not going to copy everyone else. I'm going to learn from everybody else and improve, and that is what broke them through to their success, where other things wouldn't. That is the advice for you. I'm seeing a 3-year turnaround. The next 3 years are absolutely crucial for your 10-year plan, what you're going to do, okay? We're in Virgo season when I record this. You might watch this at any other time, but it's very important to let yourself get a turnaround, okay? Well, there was a Sagittarian card and I just felt it and didn't even pay attention and connect that, but hello, Bohemia. Yes, okay? So there could be some Taurus too. There could be some Taurus. So it's time to learn new things, not just pass off others' work as your buck. Look, I'm even seeing on the thumbnail, some people are copying each other's thumbnails. Some people have copied mine. Your branding, your just everything. This is your reading to let you know you do have talent in you. You do have the right stuff, and it's time for you to collaborate with other artists and to be inspired by them, okay? That's when we get schools of artistic movement. That's where we get trending in a good way. Collaborate with people. Collaborate better in your romantic relationships. Everything's not a battle. Everything doesn't have to be cloak and dagger, you know, steal or be stolen from. Let me get ahead. Let me capitalize. Let me make the money. Let me make the buck, okay? And your ancestors would feel much more honored and would approve of you and approve your doors to be open to success much quicker if you would do that. And this is literally calling out some of you tarot readers, okay? Fortune and tarot, collective destiny. All right? Palm lines from your birth, they'll tell your palmistry. Listen to the notes of intuition. So you guys are talented. We need your unique views out here in the world, okay? So that is your reading. They started off, you know, soft, killing this softly at the beginning of this, and then Spirit came through with boom, 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 intense readings. And again, I think it's because if I had done these as general, some of these I had thought of doing the themes of them as general reads. I don't think people would have clicked and watched. So I think they just snuck it in here. Y'all saw me randomly pull these cards, okay? So, but I really liked it. I enjoyed doing this reading. Please let me know. I think we should make this like every Wednesday, every 2 Wednesdays, once a month or something, kind of potluck reads, everything soup reads. Please let me know how you liked it. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye.